Talk about the 4chan.
So supposedly what happened is that because Epstein knew what he was doing, Epstein had already been in prison. Well, whatever they call that, where he can leave after every 12 hours. Camp. So he was in camp, like Ghislaine Maxwell. They both got camp, which means the reason. So imagine just reading these files. Imagine what Ghislaine Maxwell could testify to. If you just read these files and you go, holy shit, no wonder she's at a Holiday Inn with a gate
and a puppy.
Yeah, exactly. So then so basically what happened with Steve Bannon, it's now come out that Steve Bannon and Epstein conspired to allegedly to start. They got involved with 4chan. 4chan actually, they started feeding them all this information that Democrats, that there was a pizza parlor. Well, if you look at the files, the code for young girls was pizza.
Yes.
Hey, guys, you're going to send us pizza.
Yes.
And grape soda means raping a child. Yeah. So there's a couple of emails where they're like, hey, man, I'm coming over for pizza and grape cake. Can you get me a pizza? And grape soda. So that was fed. So then they had the pizza parlor thing. So the pizza parlor thing, that Hillary's running a pedophile ring in a pizza parlor. It seems like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like they were being funny about whatever it was.
Yeah, because when we heard it, we said, wait, if pizza was the code word for raping children, getting underage girls, how coincidental it is that this conspiracy came out that was proven wrong, but they still believe that Hillary had a cabal in a pizza parlor. I just thought, and we said, oh, that must be somebody that made up that rumor must be involved.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. So supposedly it's Bannon and everything was feeding all this stuff to 4chan and getting it out there to divert everybody from looking at Epstein, who was already a convicted pedophile and best friend of the president. So what I think is weird about that is and here's the thing, all these allegations about Democrats drinking adrenochrome and killing babies, nothing. Zero evidence. However, if you look at these files,
that's part of what they put out.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yes. So if you look at these files, there's numerous accusations that people were killed, girls were disappeared. One guy, there's a quote in there. You should look it up, guys. I don't know if you want to dirty your brains. Just let me. One of them is a eyewitness account of a woman saying that she was told that if she said anything about what had just happened, she had just been raped. She was 13 or 14. And she says in the files, Trump security said, if you say anything to this, you're going to end up buried on the back nine of the golf course like the other cunts. That's what he said.
Hit Trump's golf course in Southern California.
Rancho Palos Verdes, yeah. Okay. So this is all allegedly stuff, but it's the most horrific. When I read it, I was like, I don't know anybody that would even make this shit up. My brain doesn't work like that. I couldn't make this shit up.
So in this batch of documents that his DOJ released, the files accuse him of raping that 13-year-old. And there's some pretty gnarly, heinous descriptions of how and what he did.
Yep.
Also of murdering a newborn baby or being a part of murdering her newborn baby.
Lake Michigan thing.
When they released the files on Friday, which was January 30th, people started talking like crazy because he was all through them. Then those claims about him briefly disappeared from the DOJ website after being released. So they then pulled that off.
So what happened was, it seems like, so as you pointed out yesterday, you said 1,000 agents. Supposedly the report is 1,000 agents were sent in to scan the files.
Has been confirmed.
Right, has been confirmed, right? And extra pay and everything, right? So to scan the files for Trump's name. Whatever happened on the document dump, somebody either wasn't real thorough or we've got a patriot inside that's like, hey, fuck this, I'm putting these out. And some of the stuff hit the website and it was so heinous that the DOJ pulled it like a couple hours later, right?
Yes.
Yes. But the problem is you can't fuck with the internet because the internet downloaded everything.
Yes.
People have everything. But I've read some stuff that was so crazy. I'm like, come on, this has got to be.
It's a FBI tip sheet. One entry involves the allegation of rape of a 13-year-old girl. One FBI entry, a woman claiming her friend was forced to perform oral sex on Trump 35 years ago in New Jersey when she was 13 or 14, says that she bit him and he hit her in response. The FBI made notes saying that the caller, this young girl, was then contacted, and the lead was credible enough that they forwarded it to the Washington office for interview. So you can see it's like FBI taking in these tips,
and you can call it anything.
How they dealt with it, whether it was like just discredited or after their initial meeting with her, they forwarded it to the Washington office.
Right. Some of the documents are like a spreadsheet, and it says what they did. It says what the claim was, what they did, who they contacted, and how it ended up. Right.
Yeah. So, and that could explain what you're saying, why some things are like, sound like your mom. Yeah. Because these are FBI tip sheets, and it is like they have columns about whether or not they followed up on it, how they followed up, what the outcome was. So, in those, crazy people have the FBI number 2.
Yeah.
I know because my grandma Jean, when my grandfather had dementia, but they didn't know he had Lewy body dementia yet, he somehow decided that and this is so interesting, in building their home, the one that the big house that they had.
Way inland house in a neighborhood. Yes.
Yeah, that matters. He had interrupted the wetlands.
Right, because there's no wetlands near his house. That's
well, it's marshy right behind there. There's a creek and a river.
Was it that little place where they just planted those things for the
2-story house? Yeah, right at the end of that street is water. But so I'm saying it could, it wasn't far from the water. He had interrupted the wetlands and he needed to turn himself in. And the problem with being married to someone, they were married for 55 years. She called the FBI for him because he told her to. And so the FBI came out and told him that he was okay.
Can you imagine me telling you to call the FBI?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, now, before you have dementia, yeah.
No!
Yeah. You're always like telling me about impending civil war and, we need MREs and we got to stock this up. And yeah,
I'm just being smart. You got to have water in case something happens, right? You got to have a pantry full of food in case something happens.
Right.
You got to have some survival areas. We have some things we could do if the power sheds. I think what people don't get about this world right now is that we keep adding population and population, right? So what ends up happening is our infrastructure is not getting replaced and it's not getting repaired. So what's happening is it's getting worse and worse. And let's say everything's working fine. We don't have a bunch of pedophiles, cabal of blood drinking pedophiles running the government.
Correct.
All it's going to take to ruin society is the power to go out and the water to stop for 3 days. If that happens for 3 days, all hell will break loose.
Do you see what it's like to live with him?
But that's true. That's how.
Sometimes I wake up to that proclamation.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Get thee out of bed and prepare thee for civil war.
I get a crate and I stand at the end of the bed.
Yes.
And I said, "Good morning, fellow citizen."
Which is why I need CB Distillery. This episode brought to you by CB Distillery,
which keeps us calm during the lecture.
When was the last time you woke up and didn't feel exhausted? Or didn't have stress all damn day these days, every day? Over 50% of adults say they could use more sleep and that they feel like stress affects their lives. And so that's what's behind CB Distillery. It's CBD. They have natural solutions for sleep and stress that I can confirm do work. I was telling a friend of ours last week, doing an ad while we were all at dinner and talking about, because he has a lot of stress, and he was like, "Hey, does that stuff really work that you guys talk about on the podcast?" And I said, "It really works."
And you don't even, it's not like a thing where you're like, "Oh, I feel so different." You just chill. Like when I ranting about the world coming to an end, I'm more like, "Hey man, looks like the world's going to come to an end."
No, I'm the one taking it. Like,
like M&M's.
It'll give you you can actually look for the benefit that you need: better sleep, less stress,
It works.
improved focus, pain relief after workouts.
Oh.
They have pet products. It's CBD is a more natural way to help your body out than taking medication, putting all those chemicals in your body. That's my opinion. Their products are third-party tested. They don't have artificial dyes or fillers. Go to cbdistillery.com, use code Titus. You'll get 25% off. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code Titus at cbdistillery.com. And remember, specific product availability depends on your individual state regulations.
Regarding pain stuff, my lower back, I've been working out with using the product Fitbod we use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My lower back on my left side has been hurting me. 2 gummies yesterday. I woke up this morning feeling way better, and I slept. I was in so much pain because I did something dumb. I did decline Russian twists. Like everything they tell you not to do with your body, everything they tell you not to do. Hey, by the way, don't hold your core up and spin it. And
add weight.
Add weight to it.
Really throw off your center of gravity.
Yeah, as hard as you can.
Where you have to brace
Snap
with your lower back.
Genius. Yeah, it's brilliant.